My name is Owen Almquist, and my career aspiration is certified athletic therapist for a professional level soccer or hockey team. As an athletic therapist, you work to prevent, assess, and treat bodily injuries. Your practice encompasses five competencies: prevention, assessment, intervention, practice management, and professional responsibility. You need a high level of knowledge in human anatomy and physiology and how to strengthen the human body in order to provide the highest level of care. Ability to empathize and provide attentive care, as well as communication skills, are also important so that you can explain why you're meeting resistance with your clients and help them break that mental block by empathizing with them and confidently communicating your programs. You also need the ability to adapt to different patients and injuries, as every injury is different, even if it's the same. Meaning, one rotator cuff tear is not the same as the other, even though the same modality may be used. Different bodies will heal differently. Organization skills are also important to keep patient records secure and readily available. Personal skill set for what I have right now: I have an effective use of the analytical style of leadership. I like to take my time to find the best solution to a problem for all parties involved in the decision. I gather information, ask for input from others, and work to find all angles of success. And you can see that with my schoolwork and at work. I work very hard to find the best solution for everyone involved, for my grades to be as high as they can, and for customers to be as happy with solutions that I can give them. I also hold myself to a high standard of competence in fields of focus, which are exercise science and sports medicine. This high confidence reflects in my grade point average of 4.0 from Lethbridge College and their exercise science program. What do I need work on? In situations where I disagree with the views or opinions of others, I shy from confrontation and prefer to get someone else to voice my opinion for me. And learning conflict management styles, I describe mine as passive aggressive in nature and an avoiding style. My communication skills also need work. I find it difficult to communicate empathetically, and if I don't have a position of power in a situation, my ability to communicate confidently also lacks. And that can be seen with my interactions with my new manager. I don't agree with some of the decisions he's been making, and instead of coming out and talking to him about it, I have been avoiding conflict and not talking to him about my needs or the other team members' needs. How do these apply to athletic therapy? Well, as an AT, you'll be working with clients long-term to create programs, and an analytical style of decision-making and planning is great for this, in that I'll be able to find the best solution for clients. I also have the high drive for competence, which will lead to a constant need to be educated so that I can provide the best care for my clientele in the areas of sports medicine and exercise science. My passive aggressive style of conflict, however, could potentially hurt athletes, as I won't be able to communicate effectively with them what their problem may be with my programs. I'd rather avoid the confrontation rather than head on with it. My communication is also important to convey confidence, build rapport, and build a clientele base. Without being able to confidently communicate with potential job sites and also empathetically with clientele to overcome their mental blocks, I won't be able to be a very good athletic therapist. Some SMART goals to improve my strengths: I need to learn to adapt into a driver style leadership for some situations, so I can keep a journal of relevant instances where I could use either analytical or driver style, and just review them every once in a while and see if I made the right decision making. Being able to use both is great, because analytical style will help with my decision making for the programs, and driver style will help for quick decisions when injuries occur. For my competence, I just continue to maintain a 4.0, which is an 85 to 100% in all classes. Doing this over my 4-year bachelor's degree in athletic therapy would be great, and that just shows that I'm dedicated to the field and that I want to provide the best care. For my improvements, I'd like to change my style of conflict management from avoiding to collaborating. In order to do this, I'll have to start forcing myself into conflict situations that I've been avoiding and adopting the collaborative style instead. I can climb the ladder, so to speak, as well, and start with compromising before hitting collaborating. But being able to use collaboration instead will get the ability to have both myself and my clientele win in conflicts if they ever come up. With my other improvements of communication, I can be more confident and more empathetic. I will do a journal where I can give myself a grading of 1 to 10 on how well the conversation went, and ask others how they felt about my conversation. or my communication in that conversation and review that weekly. Being a conversationalist, both confidently and empathetically, will help me land jobs and be able to communicate why a program is needed to be done the way it is in order to help my clients improve their situations during injury and to prevent injury. Finally, what did I learn from the course that I'll be using in my everyday life? Well, the main point to take away is that analytical style of leadership is a style of leadership. I didn't know that was something that exists, and apparently I've been a lot in my everyday life, as that is my style, and I see it a lot, especially at work. I've learned little tips for communicating, both verbally and non-verbally. One of the things that I use these days is the palm ups communication. So when I talk to people, I use my palms up as if I'm offering something, and that seems to get better results from people. FOMP will help me manage my conflict style and hopefully get me away from avoiding style and into collaborating style. And finally, I've been critiquing other people's leadership styles using the 7 skills and seeing if they're good managers or not, or good leaders or not. My manager is one of the people that I've been critiquing lately and seeing if he has good skills or not. And with that, that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.